Is this the right mic this time? Yes, it is. We are live, it would appear. Here, I'm gonna turn my mic gain up just a smidge. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's see, is it actually streaming? Yes, it is. Chat's going fucking crazy. Ooh, I need to put on the thing that makes you guys, not spam. Here, where is that? I forget every time. Stream options. Oh yeah, and you guys can see my full screen now instead of just the one window, because that's the only way Overwatch would frickin' work. I spent like half an hour trying to make it not a black screen, and this is the only solution. So hopefully there isn't anything incriminating in my tabs. You guys will see I go on Booba Zone. My life is over. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Live chat settings. Oh, it's already enabled. Okay, good. I'm turning up to 90 though. Done. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are going to play a little video game by the name of Overwatch. This game is the reason why my main channel only has one upload a month. It's very near and dear to my heart. Especially, you know, more than it should be, considering I'm like barely platinum. I actually placed gold last season, but like high gold. I was once a plat. Trying to get Twitter up on my phone right now because YouTube chat's too much of a clusterfuck to follow. And that way I can like look at chat while letting you guys, you know, look at what needs to be looked at. As soon as the home button on my phone wants to work, because it doesn't ever. I don't know if I dropped it or something, but it only responds to like 1 in every 6 pushes, like 3 seconds later. Okay. And this episode of Salmonella live streaming is sponsored by Rockstar. No rock stars have ever drank a can. No actual rock stars have drank this beverage in history. There are probably more Red Bulls that have drank Red Bull than there are rock stars drinking Rockstar. But it's tasty. It's not actually sponsored, by the way. Please don't actually believe me when I say shit like that. Hey, look. Okay, let's do a little bit of Q&A before I get started here, because I know, and I've never streamed a game before, so I'm sure the, like, required attention to both answer questions and play a video game will be far beyond my capabilities, so I apologize in advance, but, anyway, let's see. Starting off good. Matthew S. Polemanter says, "Can you believe it's not butter?" I can. Because I am an atheist. I'm a skeptic. I believe butter was not the Lord's creation, but merely something man made in his own image. James Murphy says, "What's a book you recommend?" Well, James, I haven't really read a book of my own volition in the past 4 years, except for 2. And they're both just out of, like, you know, a fleeting sense of I want to learn something about the world and, like, philosophy. One of them was Animal Farm by George Orwell. It's like 100 pages, it's a slim boy, and it's written like a children's book, so, you know, it's not hard to get through. I got through it in like a couple days. It was a good read. Good highlight of the times. Makes you realize something about pigs. You know, I kind of give them a side eye now every time I see one. They act all innocent, but they know. The other one was Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince, which was, for those who, that's not really a book, that's more of a pamphlet about, like, it's like advice on how to be, you know, someone in power, which I am not, but I feel as though some of the life lessons contained therein can still apply in everyday life. A smidge higher than children's book on reading level, but if I can manage it, then anyone can. Luke Sumberg, respond to me so I can go to bed. Alright, yeah, there you go. Steven asks, are you ever going to do a face reveal? Well, if you caught my most recent video on this vlog channel, you would see my face and body of my true form for about 2.5 minutes, very clearly. So, yeah, it went by pretty fast, but you can check back. It's all over it. Declan M sends a picture of some anime chick getting spanked. That's cool. Macrobytes, can you do a video on the history of incest? I won't do a video, I'll just give it to you right now. In the beginning, there was man. And man had children. And there was nobody else about, so they banged. And 3,000 years later, this ancient art lives on, but only in West Virginia. Original Canadian. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. He said, you liar, you did stream Civ 5. Yeah, I said I didn't stream no video games before. That's not entirely true. I did do Civ 5. However, that's like a board game versus like something that actually requires my eyes looking at the screen constantly. So, there's a bit of a discrepancy there, but yeah, technically. Henry Junor, how do you find such obscure topics for your videos? One word, or one, it's not one word, it's one series of letters without spaces. r/today I learned. It's a miracle site. Here, I'll do one more, and then I'll, like, actually start playing. Generic meme name. I like the self-awareness. He goes, you like beans? You know, they're alright. I wouldn't go to, like, a bean con, but I'll enjoy one now and again. Kidney, lima, green, others. Decent source of protein and carbohydrates, from what I hear. That might just be a rumor. But, yeah, beans are great. Oh, also, I'm using the proper microphone this time, so you guys, A, can hear me more clearly, and B, every time I take a sip, it's not right in your fucking face with the disgusting gurgling. I'm, like, way across the room, like, it's still nasty, I'm sure, but it's not, like, abhorrent. Okay, now that I've answered some questions, let's play some Actually, okay, I'm going to keep answering questions. That's important. However, I am also going to play video game. We're going to do free-for-all deathmatch. I've been on a big kick of that lately, mostly because comp makes me want to jump off an overpass these days. Mostly probably because I'm bad, but let's just say it's my teammates' fault. That's my coping mechanism. Trip Walden asks, what is your stance on recreational marijuana use / legalization? I abstain from the question and from the marijuana. I really couldn't care, honestly. This guy's stealing my shtick. His name is Stickman Academic. Ooh, it started. His name is Stickman Academics. That's copyright infringement. We're gonna play Mercy. I always do this when I play Deathmatch because if I win, it's like, holy shit, I just beat 7 people as Mercy. That's hilarious. And if I don't win, it's like, well, it's only because I was playing Mercy, so that's fine. You know, it's a paradox. We're doing it.
I'll be watching Overwatch.
Off to a great start. My phone was in the way of my mouse. I need to have some place to put this. I need to rearrange my desk real quick. Alright, we're doing it.
Clean bill of health.
Also, the way I'm sitting, the mic's kind of far from my face. I need a bigger desk. Alright, once I die, I'm gonna rearrange some shit. Give me a second. I hear a Farah. Also, I hope the the game volume is probably too loud. Hold on, let me adjust that for you guys real quick. Because I know... Yeah, let me turn down the master volume. There we go. Because I was doing some tests earlier and it was kind of like overwhelming, but I forgot to do anything about that. Actually, no, I kind of need that to... I need to hear still, so I'm going to turn that to like 50. You guys can deal with it. Oh, what the fuck? I hate that so much. That's Minicam virtual webcam. I used to use it to troll on Omegle back in the day, and for some reason, just every now and then, it'll summon itself. I'm playing like garbage right now. I may have to forsake my mercy pack. My fucking mouse pad is rolling up like a burrito with taquito at 7-Eleven. Jesus Christ, here, give me one moment. Mike's gonna go right... No, that's in the way of my screen. I'm gonna put it in the corner of the screen. No pop filter. Hashtag unfiltered. Alright, now my mouse has movement. My hands have movement. I can still talk properly. We're there. We're doing it. God bless me. Come here, Game Goo. Oh shit. Now, this is a situation which the pro community refers to as a bunch of horse shit. It happens, you know, a bit often in Overwatch, but with skill you can manage to avoid it, or at least pretend it's not there. You're not getting away, bitch. About it. Oh my god. Let's answer a question. Oh, Jesus. Here, let me scroll here. That's an easy one. Jasmine Baton says, how tall are you? I am currently 6'3" years of age. I think. I don't know. Or, I haven't been measured in a bit, so maybe more or less. I don't know. I've been eating a lot of crappy foods that might have taken off a couple inches. You never know. Ah! It's cool. Once I get my ult, this game will turn around for the better. See, there we go. I only have one kill, but it's fine. Because I got my ult. This is the true meat of the Battle Mercy. You're not getting away, bitch. Come here. No, that won't save you now. I can fly. You've made a calculated error. Junkrat, you bitch! He tilted. Moving on. See, I have the volume down, so I don't have proper game awareness. It's an issue. We'll leave it though. I'll turn it to like 60, 65. The year I will retire.
Starting over from the beginning.
Hello, slut. I hope my mom isn't watching this time. Mom, if you're watching, please text me or something so I can properly censor myself. I made some dick jokes last night with my mom in full view. What shame.
Good as new.
See, I'm too engaged. It's difficult to keep up the commentary. I apologize, everyone. Holy shit. thing, I have the attention span of slightly more than a goldfish, so when she goes back 3 seconds, I can still remember
Where does it hurt?
somehow. Thanks for stealing my kill, ho. Wow, she did that. Neither of my abilities even work in this mode. I can't res, I can't fly to a teammate. I don't understand what the point of that was. I want to answer a question, but I also have important... Ah! Got junks to rat. Why do I even bother? I know you're there. Oh, she's gone. Maybe I should just end it all. Oh good, my game froze. I don't know what that looked like on stream, but for me that was a solid like 5 seconds of pure stillness. I got the melee. Okay, since I'm not gonna win, I might as well do another question.
Enemy needs 1 kill.
Gregory's hat says, "Mate, IDFK," that stands for I don't fuck clementines with a K. What time it is for you, but it's 12 for me, and I will look down at the phone once this widow's dead and buried. Never mind. For me, and you're on Twitter, so I need 2 devices to watch and talk to you. That's not true. You see, Twitter actually recently came out on the computer, and Google Chrome also came out with a revolutionary feature called tabs, and in the right hands, those devices can be used in tandem to actually have this experience on a single device. Oh god, I'm so thirsty. Oh no. The game's been frozen the entire time? Oh shit, hang on. I'm streaming right now. Do you wanna...
Yeah.
No, you're good, you can chill. I mean... I don't know. Jan, say hi to the people.
What's up?
Apparently the game has been frozen the entire time, my sources have just told me.
3, 2. Prepare for battle.
Oh no.
Select your hero.
Yes, hello mom. Technical difficulties all. Okay, according to OBS, the stream's working properly. According to YouTube dashboard, it is terribly frozen. Oh jeez. Alright, I'm gonna restart the stream. Give me a... Okay. We are live once again. Streaming has resumed. Okay, things are moving now. I'm so sorry. I didn't look at Twitter, or I didn't refresh Twitter or look at chat that whole time. I played an entire game of O-dubs. And was unaware of the situation at hand. I will look back more consistently now that I know that's an issue. Hopefully it doesn't freeze again. If it does, I might just switch off to Civ or something else. I don't know, FTL. But we can attempt once more. Because it was working at first, right? Like, it was just when I got to character select that everything hit the fan, right? We will attempt once more. Okay, OBS says it's definitely working. Let me tab back to YouTube real quick. And I'm sure this looks disgusting to you guys, because it's like... it's just, I can't, there's no way for me to stream the game without doing the full monitor experience. Sadly. anyway. Just looking through Twitter real quick. Somebody named Butt says, "Sorry, the chat is being racist to you." Oh, honey, I come from the internet. I know all about that. I was molded by it, born unto it. You merely adopted the N-word. If my home button on my phone would work. Now it's time to tap back to see if it froze yet. Give me 1 second. Technical difficulties. Unrelated to the situation at hand. Okay, we're good, and I will keep refreshing Twitter, so please spam the shit out of me if things freeze again, because I won't realize. We're playing the feud, and I'm glad you guys missed that last game, because it was horrible. My plays were disgusting. Can this fucking home... I am going to go down to Apple Inc. I'm going to find Steve Wozniak. I'm going to grab him by his hair, and I'm going to throw him down a stairwell until he fixes my home button. Oakley dokley, neighborinos. I swear to God, I'm never going to get into my phone again. The home button is literally not working at all right now. There it goes. Jesus Christ. Back to Twitter. What the hell? You can probably hear me clicking the button. That's how hard I'm slamming this shit. Like, it's a foot away from the mic, and I'm sure you can still hear it. But asked if you can steal my Wozniak joke. I don't know if it was a joke, it was more of an anecdote, but sure. Somebody said, "Will you add me on Overwatch?" No, I will not, unless I run into you as a rando on a game, coincidentally. I've done that for a few people, but not in the current scenario, will I? Okay, please start spamming me if it freezes. I'm gonna try to start playing.
I'll be watching over you.
We're doing it, we're playing the feud. Off to a great start. Steven says, "Do you know there's a such thing as assist touch for Apple phones?" Well, yes, but I would like my home button to work without me having to do some voodoo shit for the disabled. Thanks. Hello. That Ryan's got a good heart. Let me refresh to see if it's frozen. Oh, god damn it, it is frozen. I hate everything and everyone that ever lived. Alright. Let me shut down the game and let's see if the stream fixes itself after the game closes. I think my computer just can't handle Overwatch in tandem with streaming. Like, I don't think that's a thing that can happen. So I'm going to try to play FTL. That's an easy one. Overwatch is closed now. I'm trying to see if the video will go back to normal. I may have to restart streaming. Does not seem like it's fixing itself. Oh, there it goes. Wait. Okay, it is no longer buffering. Alright, everybody spam me if it's no longer frozen, because I'm pretty sure it fixed itself. Somebody sent me the frozen logo. Alrighty, we're gonna hop on FTL, because that's, you know, another game. I actually haven't played that in a while. Hopefully I can remember how to like do things. Somebody said spam, so I assume that means it's working now. Okay. So everything is working? Is that confirmed of the 163 watching? Anyway, Nick Lindsay says that I say emu wrong. It's a dialectical thing, you fook. Australians say arse wrong. Or you know what I meant. There's accents, there's dialects. Where I come from, the holy land of Delaware, it is perfectly acceptable to say emu. It's just how it rolls. Live with it, man. We got a super chat. Mason Code says, do you eat ass? I do not, unless we're talking about, like, meat. I'm sure I've eaten many inconsequentially, accidentally, when ground up in hamburger form, or some such object. Steam's not launching. I'm about to start shooting steam out of my head. I'm gonna launch a steam rocket. Maybe it is. Oh, it is open. It just doesn't say it's open in the taskbar because it was designed by chipmunks on speed. I didn't mean to call you a chipmunk on speed, Gabe Newell. I know you're watching. It's okay. FTL. Faster than light. We're doing it. And, I just realized this is not going to launch to windowed mode, so it might freeze again. We'll see. I'll put it into windowed mode once it loads, and the stream should hopefully return to normal. We shall see. We're going to do a full screen off. We're going to quit out. We're going to relaunch. And I have just enough time to catch the stream itself in the past and see if it freezes there. That's what I'm doing right now. Guys, look, it's you from 10 seconds ago. Oh, but it was working. Sean Rabbit, you're a bastard. Okay, well, we're playing it in windowed mode anyway, because I already switched it. You guys will live with it. Wait, it didn't go into windowed mode. Never mind that, gentlemen. It's working. Let's answer a question. Nathaniel Woody, is it legal to be gay in Russia if you say no homo? Yes, but you have to say it in Russian, which is niet homo. If you say that, then everyone starts clapping and cheering. Somebody said Jesus in response to... I don't know. Anyway. Real dude Patrick, I heard that pee is stored in the balls. You seem like a smart fellow. This true. For a second I was like, I actually have a story about that. And then I realized I told that story in one of my videos on my channel. The same channel that or same family of channels that I'm streaming on currently. You got me good, Patrick. Caleb tweeted me, Rick and Morty, I'm gonna drop kick you. Green Gay Retard says, oh, I remember you. He said, sorry for making you 70 plus followers last stream. I don't think that actually happened, but if it did, that's hilarious. Wait, what the heck? Is it frozen again? Wait, no. Or are these texts still from before? Okay, not frozen. Works fine. Let's play some FTL. New game. We're gonna be... Normally, I'd waste my life trying to unlock one of the new ones by like doing some hard shit. But I'm just gonna go classic this time because I haven't played in forever, and I like this layout. We're gonna do this one. Yeah, we're gonna play on normal because I'm a normie. Just kidding. Fuck normies, am I right? First jump of the game. And please tell me if it's still working, because, again, I'm a clueless piece of shit. I have no idea what people can or cannot hear or see right now. Hey look, 2 empty space jumps. Great frickin' start. Waste of fuel. Okay. I think I remember how to play this. Power up weapons. Great. Get this kid on shields, because there's no point having him on engines. There is a point, but I don't subscribe to it. We're gonna take out his weapons. Fuck, he took out my weapons. You bastard. We're gonna kick him right in the pilot. Okay, that thing's back up. I'm still getting wrecked. What a jerk. I've had enough of your weaponry. Take out the pilot so he can't dodge. We'll just deal with the drone. I only have 5 missiles left, so I'll save 1. I'll just shoot him with the laser, and we're good. That's how the pros do it. I only got hit twice. Holy shit, Bomphy man. Oh, I forgot to name my crew members. That's such a shame. We're gonna make Bomphy M the engine boy. That's his full title now. My fan. He's my fan. Back to weapon. Alright, let's check Twitter. Influenza says, please tell a knock-knock joke. Alright, you start. Anyway. And also, when are you doing face reveal? I don't know. Some point. Probably. Who cares? Why do people care so much? Whoa. He actually is a human. He has a face. Fucking crazy. Maybe I'll run into him at a store. Especially considering he lives in bumblefuck Delaware, where I'll never go in my life. Tony Two-Door says, I got 2 doors. No, he says, are you a fan of Jesus? Yeah, he's alright. I have no qualms with the man. For now. He's never wronged me. This episode is sponsored by Harris Barbecue Chips. All the fun of the barbecue with all the chip of a chip. Order yours today. It's like a barbecue in a bag, and the best part is you don't have to deal with your stupid family. Sam Neubauer is interrogating me about my cola choices. And I say that because he's now sent multiple tweets regarding my opinion on Coke and Pepsi. The first one says, "Are you a Pepsi or Coke kind of guy?" I think I answered this on another stream, but I can't expect everyone to catch everything. So I like Coke when it's from a can or bottle. However, when it is a fountain beverage, I prefer Pepsi. Now, I'm sure there's an underlying reason for this. I think part of it is like, when I'm on the go, I want something more refreshing, whereas if I'm sitting down to eat, I like the little sweeter bit. Part of it is also just I don't believe in corporate greed, so I want to hedge my bets as much as possible so as to not give too much power to one party. I'll even drink RC. I'm that much of a frickin' anarchist. Don't mess with me, alright, kid? And then Sam Jack Bauer goes on to say, "Actually, is it true that only cheap restaurants serve Pepsi instead of Coke? That would make sense, considering Pepsi's admittedly lesser role in the cola market. Like people say Coke or Pepsi as though it's yin and yang, and it's not. Coca-Cola has a larger share of the market, so it would make sense if Pepsi tried to go the cheap route, just for their own sake." People say the stream is working. Somebody asked for fast chat. Let me tab back out real quick and see how fast it's going. Wow, that's like no spam at all. Yeah, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna turn it to like 10 seconds per person. So you guys, you're good. Wait, what'd you say about me stating I won't read tips? Oh shit, super chat. Sean, I will not be reading that, but thank you for your donation. Yeah, I'll come back, but solely to read the super chats. That'll be, because I appreciate those deeply, and I feel the need to recognize them formally. Matthew's True Show says, "You won't read this, hashtag FU." Or maybe that's hexadecimal for 16, use not a hexadecimal character. "Any giveaway ideas for fans?" That would require a certain set of resources that I could obtain but do not currently have, such as things to give away and shipping with which to give them away. But perhaps later down the line. I could do like Steam keys maybe. I don't know. I'll think about something like that. Shadow of Colossus. Make a video about Columbine and interesting facts about Eric and Dylan. Eric Claybold, or is it Dylan Claybold and Eric? Dylan Claybold and Eric Harris, the boys. Well, I won't be doing that for obvious reasons, but something that really gets my goat is that like Tumblr subculture that like worships them, because they're all like lonely there, and they see these misunderstood boys. All they wanted was to play Pokemon with their friends and run in the sack race and have picnics with everyone. They didn't get to. So really it's not their fault that they purchased fucking assault rifles and killed their peers. It's fucked up. Like, I can't even begin to put myself into the mindset of these people that glorify... Fuck it. Jesus Christ, barbecue chip in my throat. That glorify these kids. But it's horrible. Anyway, what was I doing? Was that the last super duper? Yeah, it was. Okay. Let's play some FTL. Going to the next thing. Don't have enough money to go to the store. We'll go to... I'll go to this boy, and then possibly the store, and then jump. You gotta make the best use out of your star map that you can, because you never want to return to the same place. That's just a waste of time and fuel. Fighting a mantis, whose weapons are gonna F me, so let's take them out. You missed, stupid coot. My apologies, by the way. I have a terrible habit of being completely unoriginal in the things I say in public, because normal people don't know YouTubers. So when I say stupid coont in public, people think it's funny, and they don't know I'm ripping off of iDubbbz when I do that. So my apologies. No pilot. Oh no, no shields is the best idea here. Yeah. No surrender. No rest for the wicked. Smell like someone was barbecuing. Time to take this kid down to Flavor Town. Demolished. Cool. Let's answer some questions. Alex Colorado says, did you know Delawareans have hollow bones so they can fly? Nature is beautiful. That's true. Sometimes when we were bored, me and the boys would go down to the train tracks and stand on them, and the train would come, and the last person to start flapping and fly away would be the winner. Of course, we had to stop playing after Jimmy de Favriot, our French exchange student, was not a Delawarean, and unfortunately could not escape in the same fashion as we did, so he was turned into a bunch of lovely French giblets, and we feel deep remorse over his passing. Some autistic fuck says, that's actually his name, I'm not just, anyway. Do you enjoy partaking in the action of using your ears to perceive a specific genre of music known as jazz? Could you have worded that in any more of a roundabout way? And then he wrote the word cunt in special characters, which I really appreciate. Jazz is pretty good. I actually, at the risk of outing myself as like a raging queer, I saw La La Land, that one film that's got, all the, the type of person that's like, they're a girl in like their 18, 19 age, but like they kind of have the soul of like a 40s housewife already. Like some small part of them has already given up. That crowd adores La La Land. So they ended up putting on. Oh, Jesus Christ, I need some lubrication for my esophagus, or I am going to cough up a lung. Good thing I have this bottle of water. And it's fucking tepid, because it's been sitting here for hours. And my Rockstar is gone. Slam that down like a rock star. What was I talking about? Lala, yeah. They put it on the projector in my dormitory in the main lounge. And I was like, I'm not doing anything. I might as well check out what this is. I didn't know what the movie was. In the opening sequence, I was just like, oh, Jesus. Because it's just this whole, like, musical number. This lady, they're all stuck in traffic. And then this lady gets out and she's like, my life could be so much more than being a fucking working class. And everyone else starts dancing. And then it's just her fantasy. Anyway, that movie, part one plot point was like, and I did watch the whole thing, just because, I wanted to see if it got better. It did in some ways, but not in others. Anyway, one of the plot points was the dude she was dating wanted to be a jazz musician. And, like, I'll give the writers props. Alright, I swear to God, I'm not, like, autistically stuttering. That's just, like, reflexively my throat closing up because as I'm talking, chip particles are being thrown about in my esophagus like pop balls in a children's lawnmower. Anyway, the writers did a fantastic job at selling jazz to me and just, giving this spirited eulogy, soliloquy about the improvisational nature and you know how you can appreciate it if you really look. It's like the purest form of music. That being said, I wouldn't really listen to it on my spare time. It's good though. I went to New Orleans once and saw some live jazz bands, which was a great experience. I think jazz can only truly be enjoyed live because of the fact that it's such a raw thing. And that's probably why recordings don't really do it for me, if that makes sense. Ooh, somebody told me to check Super Chat 8 minutes ago. Holy shit. Matthew's True Show says, all types of gummies, candies, or chocolate type. Hashtag thank you. I don't know what the hell that means. Are you talking about the giveaway? Do you want me to give you gummy worms? Thank you, Matthew, but I'm having trouble interpreting your comment here. Shadow of Colossus says, open a PO box so I can send you a shit ton of Swiss Miss. Thank you, Shadow of Colossus. I would actually adore that. People have been tweeting pictures at me recently of Swiss Miss packaging that is no longer bound in twain as it once was when I performed that rant, which is probably just coincidental, but some small part of me likes to think that some higher up at Swiss Miss happened to get a hold of that video and saw how many views it gets. And you know how adults always overblow internet media for what it really is because they don't understand it? I'm picturing this guy seeing my thing with 300,000 views or what have you, and he just storms into a meeting room. Guys, we're in the midst of a disaster. He's waving a paper above his head, thinking the whole company's about to fucking collapse. And they fix the packaging. That's my dream. Matthew True Show once again donates. Thank you, Matthew. He says, when buying shoes, what's the brand of choice? I've always been a Vans guy, but I'm not known for my male fashion. I wear vaporwave shirts in public, so can't really judge by my opinion. But I say Vans. And then Matthew, once again, 2 minutes later, thank you, Matthew, donated. He says, kinds of, quote, quote, heavier music do you enjoy, i.e. metal? I like that ukulele guy. He was very heavy, probably the heaviest musician. Not just kidding. I love power metal, which I'm sad that I admit that, but it's true. Not like the crazy power metal, I just realized I've been showing you guys this chat this whole time because I'm so absent-minded. I'm sorry. Here's FTL. He said, what was I talking? Yeah, so not power metal that's the crazy kind about dragons and Vikings and shit constantly, because that's a little contrived in my opinion. It gets kind of overblown. But just the ones that are music, but they have power metal elements, Iron Maiden, Halloween, beautiful. Queensryche. They're not exactly power, but they've got some power flair there. Fucking love them. Gamma Ray, not many people know them, but I adore them. Hammerfall's good. Dream Evil. Axe and Star, all their songs sound alike, so you literally need to listen to one by Axe and Star and you know all of it, but I love them regardless. And then Falconer's pretty good. For some examples. Is that all Super Chat has to say? Oh god, there's more. Iridocyclitis donated $1. Thank you, Iridocyclitis. Adrian does YouTube, $2. Thank you, Adrian. He says, what happened to Tips Tuesdays? Yeah, when I first started this channel, I thought somehow I could maintain a regimen of doing a video every day. And that was mostly because they were shittily written and had 4 frames in the whole video back then. So I retired that day theme thing almost immediately. Like, there was only 2 of each day of the week that have that label, and that was made when I first started the channel. So, there's your answer. Matthew's True Show, what's up, Jan? Matthew's True Show, $2, thank you, Matthew. He says, if you had to chose for life, what choice? And then in parentheses, candy. Oh, so only one, I assume, is the catch there. I don't know. I like Swedish fish. They're delicious. They're nutritious. They feed my salmon side. And then Iridociclitis donated once more. Thank you, Iridociclitis. Jan, say hi to everyone.
Hello.
It's my fuck buddy. Peace.
Say.
Nah, he's my roommate. Okay, let's play this video game that I have here. Don't have enough money, go to the store. I'll just keep hopping around, I'll go past the store. I'm gonna kick the shit out of this ship. Turn this drone into a pile of floating space dust. Shit! I spilled my Rockstar, but then I remembered the can was empty, so we're fine. Okay, the ship is down for the count. Very nice. Details about the surrounding area. Cool. Distress beacon. Well, I don't want to go to that because then I'd have to jump back. And that's a waste of shit. I'm gonna get set on fire if I go here, but I'm gonna do it anyway because YOLO. I'm gonna actually use my rockets this time because I probably want to get out of here sooner rather than later. Let's see what people are saying. Oh no. My shields have been ionized. Okay, this kiddo's dead in like T-3, so we should be good. Okay, oh Jesus, I'm 14 minutes back on the whole notifications thing. I'll refresh. Chris says, Sam, I am the Oh Jesus, I forgot I'm still in Fireland, USA. Alright, you kiddos put that out. We gotta get out of here. Let's go here. I will offer my assistance. Scan the planet. That went nowhere. While they put that out, I will answer another inquiry. Yes, Chris says, Sam, I am the representation for the YouTube chat. We would all like to know, did you get so smart by watching Rick and Morty or Phineas and Ferb? Now, the thing about that is, the answer is Rick and Morty, and the reason that is because you only have to watch it at some point in your life, and it retroactively boosts your IQ for your entire existence. It actually alters the timeline. And if you think that's not possible, then clearly you just don't understand the show or any of the following principles, and you should really just, you know, unsubscribe from all media whatsoever. Ellie says, at Salmonella, favorite fast food place, plus what do you get there? Oh man, see that's difficult because, I mean, my one true near and dear, my quote-unquote main bitch as far as fast food goes is indisputably Mickey D's, McDonald's. And I found, as you know, being a growing boy, the Big Mac alone could not sustain my overwhelming hunger. So what I do is I get a Big Mac, right? And then I get a McDouble. You take the top bun off the McDouble, put it in between the McDouble patties, and then put the whole Big Mac on top of that, and it makes a fully layered, like, quintuple decker sandwich. I call it the Big McDouble. You know, it's like a portmanteau, and it's, you know, tall enough that I can just barely fit my teeth around the whole thing, and it's really just glorious. So there you go. Full Metal Foxy says, Sam, what made you pick your specific art style? Do you think I picked it out of a catalog? It just kind of evolved out of, like, you know, chaotic shit, kind of like humanity. Like, it just started out as primordial ooze that wasn't worth anything, and just slowly over time it improved into whatever it is today, just by chance. Like, it is distinctive, I think. I'd like to think that I could point my, you know, stick figures out in a lineup of stick figures at the police station after a stick figure rapist was indicted. But yeah, it's just it exists by its own. Its essence, its existence precedes its essence, or whatever, some Sartrean shit. I don't know. And then he goes, BT Dubs, I prefer Monster over Rockstar. Well, that's because, like most of my viewers, you are a middle schooler. Let's keep going with FTL. Possible ship detected. Let's do it. Let's rough them up. Oh crap, we got a green thing. It says amniotic sac. We need to bust through so we can get to the meaty baby within. Hope my neighbors aren't sleeping. Ouch! He burnt my shake. This tastes like a fried boot. Alright, what should I take out? Taking out the shields. Bam. Taking out the weapons. Get wrecked. Love me some barbecue chips. I have no idea how obnoxious my chewing is right now. Probably very. Okay, next question. Sam Niebuhr says, have you ever read any book series? P.S. It's Niebauer. Alright, Nober. You do you. Anyway, I haven't read a book series since I was, you know, a young lad. The main three are ones that most, you know, nerdy kids like me of the early 2000s went through as a rite of passage. There was the Harry Potter series, of course. I've been through the whole thing like 3 times, I think, and haven't picked one up since like 6th grade. Percy Jackson, same thing. You know, I went through the whole initial Percy Jackson, like those 5, and I was like, this is freaking amazing. Greek things are cool. And then there was like the sequel series with the Roman ones. I was like, haha, this is okay too, I guess. And then I didn't go through all of that. I just read the first couple of books. And then he started doing his Egyptian one, and I was like, alright, this is just some convoluted bullshit. This prose is subpar. I was at 6th grade by this time, so I was like, alright, I've had enough of this. Too much Riordan for me. Too much Riordan the Riordan. And then the third series, Aragon. Now, to 7th grade me, that series was a frickin' masterpiece. I loved every second of it. I was fully immersed in the world. And I do not plan on ever rereading those books, because everyone online always tells me that if you go back to read them nowadays, they sound like shit. They read like horribly. And they're probably correct, because Christopher Paolini was 16 when he wrote the first book. Like, that's not a joke. So I'm just gonna let that little gem exist in my memory as, you know, a fond childhood place. And I'm not gonna taint it by looking back. Twin Peaks, can you say bada bing, bada boom for me? There you go. Alright, we're gonna jump to the next thing. We're gonna go to the store, buy some milk, space milk, from the beautiful space cows on Vorgon 6. They shoot it out of their udders at terminal velocity into the heavens. What do we got here? Hull beam, crud. These are all crap. These are not what I need at the moment. Same with these. So I'm gonna leave. Jump to the next one. I'm gonna check Super Chat real quick, just to see what's going on. Oh boy. Sean Rabbit, $2. Thank you, Sean. He says, can autism be weaponized? Yes, it can. They were actually testing that back in the 60s. What they did is they took a bunch of vaccines and dropped them from the sky on an African village. Now, these Africans had no concept of Western culture prior to this incident, but the vaccines fell on them and injected themselves. And instantly, the whole village immediately became obsessed with the Sonic franchise. And it has been confirmed. You know, we didn't think we could send them back technologically, but, you know, with the power of weaponized autism, they were actually able to. They starved to death because they were too busy looking around for rings in the jungle rather than food and water. So it can be done. Matthew's True Show, $2. Thank you, Matthew. He says, refollow on Twitter, possibly Goodsar at Metal Mason. Sure, man. Just for you, since you were so sweet to donate. Connect. I'm doing it. Shit, how do I add somebody on Twitter? I'll figure it out. Here we go, add. I don't want to find friends, I just want to enter a username, damn it. Get started. Don't sync contacts. I don't want to sync my contacts. Fuck off. How do I do this? I'm technologically inept. Call the police. It's not happening, man. I'm gonna tweet your name at myself, and then I'm gonna click on it, and then I'm gonna follow. That's the only way this will ever work. Oh, never mind. I can just type it in, and you show up under. So is it just at Metal Mason? Yeah, Will Stavro. I'm gonna... This guy, I think. And then how do I... Alright, it's in my clipboard. I'll figure it out later. Thank you, Matthew. Christ, Adrian does YouTube once again. Thank you, Adrian. He says, can you bring back the tips, but without the Tuesdays? Well, I don't really know, like, how to do shit. I'm sure even if I did, there's like a million people who knows how to do things better than me. So, like, the rest of the videos I can do, because that just requires Wikipedia, Google search. I'm not an expert on them, but I know more about them than the average person. With like actually practical stuff, that situation does not exist. So I would it would not be a proper format for me, I think. Alright. There have been reports of a mantis. I'll help you with the mantis. Cool. We're gonna jump here because it's barely out of the thing and I need some alien ass to kick. Oh no. Cloaking device activated. Okay. I'm gonna take out that cloaking because that's gonna piss me off. Ow. My poor shields. Oakley dokley. GG. Crap, I accidentally let my phone turn it. Jesus, it's 1 a.m. already? I guess I started at 12. That makes sense. That adds up. Let's see if I can get my dumb freaking home button to work. There we go. Okay, back to my notification. Give me one moment, I have to get back to my notifications. Oh, I like this question. Connor Carnegie. If you had to group ages together by energy drink brands, what ages would go with what drinks? Okay, so Monster is unequivocally middle school. That's like 6 to 8. Rockstar, I'd say, is like 8 to like 11th or 12th grade. Like, I'm kind of exceeding my limits here, considering, you know, the Destiny 2 advertisement that's on my can currently. Red Bull, I say, is like 18 to 21. Maybe 22. That's like the proper age. I'd say, what other energy drinks are there? Nas, I'd say, is like 30 to 35. Like, people who grew up in the 90s, I picture drinking Nas cans. They got that like aesthetic to them. Amp, not enough people drink Amp for me to make a stereotype about them. Mountain Dew Kickstart is like everyone else, I guess, if you can consider that an energy drink. Their advertisements always say, it's not an energy drink. It's an energy drink. It's caffeine and B vitamins. That's what an energy drink is. They just don't like this stigma. They're trying to broaden their market. Well, it won't work, sir. Mountain Dew already markets to edgelords. So they're trying to expand with the Kickstart. But I see through their ruse. Let's go. Docking. Shit! 3 damage while docking. Hate when that happens. Oh, geez, this guy is well armed. I might be boned, guys. This is worrisome, to say the least. Get those engines back up. Geez, do I want to do piloting or shields? Let's take out shields. Alright, as long as I can get that burst thing out, we'll be alright. I'll knock out the engines. We will never surrender. Alright, let me get him repairing the oxygen so we don't choke on our own hubris. And we're good. Bye, haters. And we're off to the next sector. Woohoo. Kim Jong-un says, do you have CSGO? I do. I haven't played it in like a year though, and probably garbage. I was like Silver Elite when I stopped playing. So. And then attached to that was a man baby with gay fathers. And it's a screenshot from House, maybe? I don't know. Scrubs. Something like that. Sam Niebauer. You told me how to pronounce that. I already forgot. I think it was Niebauer. Is the terminal velocity of every liquid the same speed? I assume you're talking about earlier when I said some shit about cows squirting their milk into orbit. So the concept of terminal velocity is just like, was totally irrelevant to whatever point I made before. That was just me like rambling. But like, terminal velocity is just like when acceleration downward is balanced with acceleration upward by friction with the medium you're falling through. So the terminal velocity of like a heavy liquid like mercury or something, it's pretty high because it can fall through the air. But if it's like water, it'll mystify, and you know, well, depending on the circumstances. So no, it's not, basically. Jan. J Drizzy. Everyone follow at JDRIZI1. He's a good boy. That's in JDRIZI1. He said, hi, I just figured out how Twitter works. How long do you suppose it takes a giraffe to throw up? I'd say at least 2 seconds. No, I picture it like, because you know how sniper rifles have those long barrels and that like improves their accuracy? I kind of picture it being the same with like giraffe esophagi. So I picture them lowering their heads down to, you know, parallel with the ground, and then they open their mouth and like charge up for a second, and then it just like shoots forward at the speed of sound and nails some lion in the fucking brain, and he dissolves. Let's check Super Chat. Matthew True Show says, I feel bad having you do all these loops to follow. It's okay, man. All is well. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna chase him. Crud. That's a bunch of bullshit, Batman. Hull laser. Perhaps. No, you know what? Let me get some more shields going. Ding, 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 ding. Good. Excellent. Quest. Bombard their key structures. Oh shit. Why'd it give me the option if it wasn't helpful? Okay, well, they have ample lasers, so they can bust through 2 shields if they try, so I'm just gonna play it safe here, take out them weapon. I'm gonna blow up the engine because it's on the other side from the shield. That way they have to run around more. Uh-oh. I'm gonna use this missile to say... Nah, it doesn't matter. Good thing the AI in this game is too dumb to, you know, synchronize its attacks properly. It just launches whatever it does when it charges. Uh-oh, almost out of fuel. Crap. Victoria Perez says, any tips for high school? I started my year in a new district. Man, I don't know. I just got out of high school, so I don't really have a retrospective yet. But like, I don't know. People always say, just be yourself and others will follow. You know, don't listen to anybody else's opinion. Others' opinion doesn't matter. You just do you. That's not entirely true. Because when you tell kids like that, next thing you know, they're doing the Naruto run through the halls, and you can't help but just shake your head in shame and disappointment. So, like, just learn to balance I wouldn't say conformity, but just social awareness with, you know, your own flair. If that makes any sense. Like, don't be a dirty conformist. But also, don't be an autist. That's my advice to you. You locate human variantly. They're diseased. I don't want no space aids. We're leaving. I ain't doing that. I've tangled with space aids once before. And it was not pretty. I'm gonna run out of fucking fuel, aren't I? Nothing here. Oh, thank God there's a store. Enzo Martin, the dirty, disgusting slug. That's cool. Alright, let's get some fuel, baby. Yeah. Don't mind me, just removing the barbecue dust from my sticky fingers. I'm gonna answer some questions real quick before we fight this evildoer. Spooky Human says, should pedophilia be considered a sexual preference / sexuality? I mean, technically, but don't go comparing it to like being gay or something. If that's what you're insinuating, because there's a big fucking difference. You are a spooky human for asking that question. I'm not gonna talk about that any longer, unfortunately. XYT Team 100 says, he says, what chips would go to each grade of school? So each grade, do you want me to do a chip? I can do that. It probably will make no goddamn sense whatsoever. I can't do one for each grade, but I can definitely like rank certain types of chips by their locale. So like Doritos, that's like 7th grade to 9th grade, right? You know, you're edgy, you're playing Halo, Call of Duty on your Xbox, you're eating Doritos. Cheetos, those are like 5th grade, when you're like, you're still mostly a kid, but you've just got, you know, a sense of edge to you. We're like, yeah, Chester Cheeto is rad. I want to be a skateboarder like him. You know, marketing. Pringles are like 2 to 4th grade, like 1 to 4th grade, when, you know, it's about the novelty. It's in a tubular can. That's tubular. Look, I'm making duck lips. And then that shit gets old, you know, once you hit 9 or 10. What else? What other chips? You know, Lay's, they're an all-around. They're a universal chip. They're with you for life. Nah, that's all I can think of. This guy tweeted me a picture of me standing on a street creepily with like weird people legs. I don't know what that's about. Team 100 XY Fat, he says, if you were a fire diamond, what would your ratings be? Funny story about that. I actually like forgot about a lot of how those worked, like, because we were talking about them in engineering earlier this week, and despite the fact that I made a video clearly describing them, you know, a year and a half ago or whenever that was, it was totally lost on me. Not totally lost. I still knew like what things stood for. But anyway, if I was a fire diamond, I would be my blue number would be like 1, like mostly safe for people in small quantities. Just don't overexpose yourself or you might start feeling ill. Flammability would probably be a 2. I've got very long greasy hair, so that could catch. Reactivity, that's like a 1. I've got a pretty monotone voice. I'm generally, you know, I don't tend to blow up about many things. Unless you, like, tell me I draw in MS Paint instead of GIMP. And then I'll, like, you know, my electrons will go crazy. But other than that. And then I'm probably an oxidizer just because fucking, I don't know. I breathe a lot. Benjamin Katz. I'm gonna play some of this video game right quick, and then I'll get back to that. We're gonna take off some shields. We don't need engines. We don't need breathing. All weapons armed. We're gonna thuke him. Alright. Got that. I'm gonna take out his drone because I can hear it launching something at me. It made a noise. How's my oxygen looking? We're at 77. We can spare some. We're fine. Take out that engine just to be safe. Never surrender. And just, I'm gonna do him in with this missile. I don't care. Cool. Now we can breathe with our lungs. Benjamin Katz says, do you own Civ 6? If so, is 5 without Brave New World or 6 better? From what I hear, Civ 6 is pretty underwhelming. I don't own it, but that's what I hear. Civ 5 without Brave New World, I wouldn't even consider Civ 5. Like, Civ 5 to me, and all self-respecting people who play Civ 5 whatsoever, is the game with all the expansions. If you don't have the expansions, you're a pleb and you're wasting your time, and the game is crap as a result. That's all I can say. Vicente Fonseca says, how do you do your research? So what I do is I have a dartboard on my wall. I throw a dart on it. It's got 3 options. It says random button on Wikipedia, Reddit r today I learned, and then the third one is just smash head on keyboard and hit enter in Google. And I throw the dart, and whichever one it lands on, I do. And then if that doesn't work, I try again. Not really. Hannah says, hey yo, Sam, If you were to move to another state, which one would you go to? Well, I wouldn't. Delaware is my home in Heartland. But if I did, probably like... I'd probably go to like Washington or Oregon, someplace where hipsters flock, just because they'd accept me for who I am. Because I like weirdos, and I feel like there's a lot of them out there on the streets in good old Portland or Seattle. That's what I'd do. Stickman Academics keeps like tweeting shit about me about velocities and gravity, and it's like, okay. Alright, Ellie's fucking screaming at me. She goes, "How long is your hair?" With all these exclamation points. I guess she asked before and I like missed it. It's like long, I don't know. It's longer than my stick figure now. I've kept the design just out of continuity. But in current real life, like in the back, it touches like, I don't know, like feel on your back for like the first major, I was about to say the first major like vertebra that sticks out, but I'm sure you guys aren't skinny fucks like me and probably don't have vertebrae that stick out of you. So I'd say it's like past collar height in the back, and then like it kind of layers upward, so like my, I don't know, I can't go into detail, but it's like past collar to collar-ish, since you were so inclined to know. This is an evil question. Vicente Fonseca. Would you rather attend a brony or a furry orgy? Now that's like asking me if I'd rather like be run over by a steamroller or a minivan. But I'm sure there's an answer if I think about this. There's a lot of factors to consider. I think I would have to do the furry convention on the sole merit that I do not want to get hoofed. I do not want to be clopped. And I'm sure yiffing, while an unpleasant experience, is significantly less painful. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Let's keep going. Can I loop back? That's dumb. Look at this horrible distribution. If I go up here, I'm fucked because he can't get back there. So I guess I'll just diddle around in these 3 stars and then go off to the next thing. Hey, good. The sound of silence. You jump into a sector of the nebula. Yeah, I keep skipping all these messages because I've like played the game long enough where I kind of have them all like known. Like I can just look at them for a couple seconds by like the options and like know what's going on. But for your guys' sake, I'll make it more theatrical, right? So you jump into a sector of the nebula beset by a plasma storm. An automated rebel scout stationed at the beacon moves into attack. Oh shit. Okay. How does he have all these shields and things going on in spite of an ion storm? I am upset. I'm gonna keep one shield up. I'm a charger in Malazar. That's a meme you haven't heard since 2008. Let's bust down them shields. Oh shit. Shouldn't have done that. Spoopy Human says, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Is this statement true? Well, either clause of this statement is true. I am not gay, and $20 is, by definition, $20. However, it's the but in the middle that I have qualms with. It doesn't define anything even in and of itself. However, the implication is something sinful that Jesus would not approve of if he were around and he knew what dollars were. Do. Diego Cortez tweeted something about me that's unrelated to the stream, apparently. I was a orphan. And then his @ name is I owns... Well, I can't say the rest. He says, will you ever use an automaton? I actually wanted to get one. Back when I bought my unicycle, it was a crapshoot between... Crapshoot's the incorrect term. It was like a coin flip between unicycle and automaton. And I ended up going with the unicycle, but there was a while when I considered getting one, and I might again, just as something weird to mess around with. Let's keep going. It is 1:35 a.m. We are currently at 30,000 miles. Look out to your left, and you will see a kid playing a video game on the internet, and out your right window you will see your friends outside playing without you while you're alone in your room watching this. I will be your captain this evening. Victoria says, what's the weirdest thing you've seen someone do in public? I remember one time I was doing in high school, I did Science Olympiad, which is like you learn some shit or you build something and then you go to a competition and it's like cool and you get medals and then you go home. And a tradition at my school was to go to Wendy's with the whole class. We just ambush a random Wendy's with like 30 high school kids. I really felt bad for them because it was like during the night shift. Like we wouldn't get back to like 9 or 10. And the place would be almost empty. So we were all eating in Wendy's, just minding our own business. And then as we were leaving, like some guy had come in and sat in the corner like a minute before. And as we were leaving, I swear to God, I looked over and this raggedy looking fuck was smoking out of a meth pipe or crack pipe. I'm not sure. I'm not one to make assumptions about people. Just in the middle of Wendy's, or not in the middle, he's in the corner, but still. And I was the only one who saw. As we were walking out, I was like, guys, you see the dude smoking meth in the corner? And they're like, shut up, Sam, why do you always talk shit? Go sit in the back of the bus, you... Anyway, we're gonna go to the Zoltan homeworld, but I will, for the rest of my life, I firmly believe, and nothing can sway me from the fact that that man was smoking meth in that Wendy's. Let's check Super Chat. Matthew, true show, in full detail and depth, what is this game about? Yeah, I'm sure for like people that don't know FCL, what I'm doing probably makes no sense. Basically, take the Oregon Trail and put it in space. Like that's all it is, really. But it's also got this like strategy combat portion to it. It's pretty fun. It's got its own like world and lore. I enjoy it. Gonna go into this nebula to delay the feet pursuit. And we're getting attacked by a disgusting cockroach. I will burn you. Daniel says, notice me, Senpai, and he sent some Swiss Miss pictures. Alright, this guy's armed to the fucking teeth. I have never seen a roach this well armed since the last time I played Fallout. Taking out them weapon. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Raleigh Guthrie says, what is your favorite anime? Now, if this was like 2 years ago, I would have said Cory in the House, but that's a long dead meme. So, I do not condone anime. I believe it should be burned. I believe it was a mistake. However, I have not always held this belief. I used to watch it a lot. Not a lot. I used to watch it when my girlfriends, who were mostly like scene, you know, you guys know scene, right? That's like, okay, so you got goth, right? And then emo was like the gay version of goth. And then scene is like the gay version of emo, to the point where like you have to be a female or thoroughly homosexual to like subscribe to scene culture. But anyway, I dated, you know, a certain volume of scene girls at the time, and they liked anime, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch some stuff. The one that actually very much gripped me the whole way through, and not just because of the nudity, although that helped, was Elfen Lied. It's a very good story, or it was to me at the time when I was 14. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I would recommend it. It's ELFEN space LIED. Subtitled, of course, not dubbed. I learned that much in my days. But yeah, the closest thing to anime I would ever watch nowadays is like Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. I don't fuck with that. Hannah says, how many chihuahuas, nice spelling, does it take to eat an entire human body? Alright, well, let's break this down, Hannah, because that's an interesting thought experiment, right? So let's first figure out how much of the human body is edible. So let's say the average person weighs like 160 pounds, or 150 just for round numbers. So that's, you know, including all weight, height, age ranges. 150 pounds, right? Of that, I'd say about half is made of like edible meat, whereas the rest is like bones and like, although I guess dogs will eat about anything, like they'll eat organ tissue up, so let's say 2/3. So let's say 100 pounds. I mean, there's a lot of water weight and blood, which might, although they'll lick it up. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 100 pounds of edible meat and other gristle on a human. The rest being going to like bones or, you know, tough cartilage. Now, a human stomach holds, or a human can eat 4 pounds a day of food, roughly. I know that for a fact. But the way this question is posed makes me think that chihuahuas are going to eat this man in one sitting. So 4 pounds a day, that's, you know, if you break it into 3 meals a day plus snacks, that's probably like a pound in one sitting max. Now a human, once again, weighs 150 pounds. A dog, like a chihuahua, is much smaller, like 10 pounds. So like 1/15 of a pound, or hold on, let me recalculate that. Here, wait, let me think. So if a dog weighs, you know, I'd say a chihuahua is like 5 pounds. They're tiny. A human's 150. So that's mental math. That's like one. I'm too out of it right now. I can't. It's like 1/30th the size. So it could probably eat 1/30th of a pound each. So 1/30th of a pound per chihuahua. 100 pounds of meat. That would be 30 times 100. So 3,000 chihuahuas, I'd say, would be ample to completely eradicate all of a human being. except for the bones from the ground. I spent way too much time on that question. I hope you're happy. Let's go to the next thing. Let's go towards the distress call, because I'm a white knight in space. They say chivalry is dead. Time to go where no man or milady has gone before. I feel like Star Trek The Next Generation never would have succeeded if they just gave Picard a fedora. Like, have the same character, but just give him a fedora. The whole thing would have been over within, like, the first episode would air. They just shut it all down. Wow, like that voice crack? Nice. Still going through puberty. At age whatever I am. We don't have time for this nonsense. I'm gonna kick your ass, Beavis. Oh, Jesus, they're armed. Ellie asks, please tell me your favorite flower. It's very important, she says. And she also says, thanks for answering all my dumb questions. You're welcome. And they're not dumb. Those aren't the dumb questions. I don't answer the dumb questions. She sells seashells by the seashore. Fucking speech. My tongue don't work. You should see some of the questions people ask me. It's like if you boiled, like... Never mind. I was trying to come up with some far-fetched analogy, but I can't do it. It's too late for this. The rock star's worn off. My brain is decelerating rapidly. Oh, Jesus, I'm getting F'd in the A by these M's and L's. Missiles and lasers, that is. My hull's been breached, but what else is new? You need to stop right there, mister. I'm just gonna keep hammering. I'm gonna hit that shield again. Okay, anyway, favorite flower. Shit, dude, I'm not much of a archaeologist. I don't know much about flowers. Probably... I'm not gonna say rose, because that's basic as shit. Probably, like, Rafflesia. Those are those big, like, 400-pound, 4-foot diameter fuckers you find in the jungle that smell like dead things. Just because I find them fascinating. I'm sure that's not the answer you were looking for, but it's something. The Lost Zerbra says, are you a college student or nah? Yes. Oh, I like this one. Sam Neibauer, back at it again. He goes, would you rather skin, cook, and eat a cat or a dog? I feel like a cat would be easier because, you know, as they say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Whereas, they also say there's only one way to skin a dog and you have to use a straight razor. And I don't want to have to go through that. So, like... And plus cats are dicks. And they're not very active. I feel like dogs run around too much. Their meat would be tough and full of life. Whereas the cat's is meaty and soft. Plus they're dicks, so I wouldn't mind taking one out. Yeah, I'd go with cat. Daniel goes, do you know any good books on how to read? Yes, I will send them to you by smoke message. Look above the hills when the sun rises. Geish says, what is your opinion on the state of video games and how microtransactions are becoming the new meta? Oof. Hard-hitting commentary. Man, they don't pay me to think. Not just kidding, they do. If anything, they pay me to not think. Anyway. What was I? Yeah. I think it's kind of bullshit. To be honest, when I buy a game, I want to buy the full game. Unpopular opinion, am I right? That's really nothing nobody's never said before. That sentence makes sense if you work out the 5 negatives I included, trust me. But yeah, it's BS. That's not anything new. But it is sad. The Mantis crew has hunkered down in the abdomen of a long-dead space whale. It's always space whales. I feel like the first guy to come up with the concept of a space whale was a fucking genius, but then everyone had to rip off of him. Was it Hitchhiker's Guide that did that first? Might have been. I don't know. I'm sitting here absentmindedly cleaning dust off my mic, and I just realized it probably sounds like a bunch of like scratchy, disgusting shit to you people. I'm sorry. Anyway, black market trade inside a whale. Let's do it. Holy shit, it's O.J. Simpson. Let's buy him. I'm gonna repair my hull. Nothing for me here in particular. I need more weapons is what I need. Or drones. Let me fix this. Get you boys repairing. They're both at full health, which is good. Alright, get yourselves to the med bay. Where they heal. Victoria says, coming up with a far-fetched analogy is like cooking spaghetti in a tube sock. I know, right? Stickman Academic says, do you follow any sport? Yes, I follow sport 1. It is good. I like it when the sport ball go to the objective and the team cheer. Get the point. I wear the jersey and the cap. Onward we go. The Mantis, they're here, please. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh shit. We got ants. Call the exterminator, Jerry. We got fucking ants. Did you spill soda again? This is why I tell you never to leave food out, but you always do it. I'm always cleaning up your message. And now look, the ants are going fucking crazy. They're ripping us apart with their talons. Thankfully I fought the— oh no! Harry, get back in here. The ants are stealing our oxygen. We're gonna need someone to fix the ducts. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway. Ellie goes, what's your favorite ideal first date? With a flower emoji. Oh, wink wink. I don't know. Probably like... Oh, my strategy is always to go out for sushi. And I feel this works for many, many factors. One, it shows, some sense of class, right? It's, it has to be like a mid-range sushi joint, right? Not like General Tso's buffet off the overpass. But like, don't bust your balls over it because it's, it's supposed to be a casual thing. You want to keep it light. So like a mid-range sushi place, And my theory for this, because you know, it shows a bit of class, shows a bit of cultural awareness. That's always good to have. White girls like fucking chip matter in my throat. They don't like that. What they do like is sushi often, I've found in practice. I like sushi, so even if the girl's like a twat, I still get sushi out of it, so I don't care. I can show off my sick chopstick skills. I just do one single 360 twirl and then her panties fall to the ground and all the Asian people in the back start clapping their spoons together, hooting and hollering. That's always what happens. What else? There's probably other reasons. I remember like not compiled, but I like made that as my master plan a while ago. So yeah, sushi, and then like whatever else happens. You can't you can't plan from there. You just let the night or lack thereof go how it does. You need some spontaneity. They have a tier 2 defense drone. I'm fucked. But oh yeah, let me power up my second shield. Because he can't hit me, I don't think, if I have 2 shields up. What the fuck? Alright, there we go. So, I have no real way of getting to him unless I, like, try to bash him hard. Like, if I send these to distract the drone, and then hit with the lasers, but even then, I'd need, like, 3 lasers just to get to the drone to take it out, or the shields, and I don't want to waste a missile. So, I'm just gonna leave. The Almighty Puglord says, "What is your favorite way of torture from the past or present?" Glad you people are keeping it real lighthearted, real good talking points. I'd probably go with, oh man, one that's appealed to me since I was a boy was the concept of the Chinese bamboo torture. Because the thing about bamboo is it grows very rapidly, like several inches a day, and it's like max speed. And it also grows very forcefully because it's got to push like rocks and shit through the soil and like bust through to the best of its ability. So like it has a lot of pressure involved in its self-expansion. So what they do is they tie a dude to the ground, or no, they tie a dude to the ground with a bamboo sprout planted in the small of his back, so it's like barely poking him, just in the back. They tie him down and they just leave him there, and over the course of a few days the bamboo shoot grows. It starts poking him more and more, hurts more and more, and he can't like move out of it because it's like right in the middle of his back, until eventually it'll bust right the fuck through your abdomen and grow through your entire body until you like bleed out or get infected, or I don't know what the logistics of kicking the bucket is in that situation, but I imagine it's not quick or fun in any way. And then like 4 days later they'll find you, you're kaput, you're gone, and the bamboo's poking right through to the other side, and it's got its leaves out, and then you turn into a tree and you live on forever. Hannah goes, "Where's the nearest Chihuahua factory?" That's in Little China, because you know someone's gotta make the burgers there. Some dude just tweeted the quadratic formula at me. That's cool, I guess. Let's go to the next thing. Alright, I'll go bing, 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 store this one if I have time there. So bing. And so that way I can get fuel once I get to the store if I don't get it from elsewhere. This guy's gonna wreck my shit probably. I'm scared. Alright, I'm gonna wait for the asteroids to break down his shields so that I can get my missile through. Oh, Jesus. Alright, we're good. We're gonna take out his shields. So now he's gonna get bombarded. Take out the weapons. So he can't hit me any longer. Did my weapons go out? Oh, I have no missiles. Crud. That's dumb. Alright. He's done. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Benjamin Katz, what was your favorite concept for a video that you ended up scrapping? That's a toughie. I don't... Because, like, if I liked the topic enough, I wouldn't have scrapped it. So I don't really know what my favorite would be. One that comes to mind is I was going to do a video on old company logos, which were, like, shitty. Like, the first Apple logo was... It wasn't, you know, the cute little apple. It was this, like... this, like, lithographic portrait of Newton sitting under a tree with, like, all this fancy lettering. And Domino's Pizza was like some dude flashing you. So there's some weird stuff, but like I felt as though I couldn't make jokes about it that weren't like obvious to what they were, if that makes sense. It would have just kind of been me showcasing things rather than it's like, oh look at this, it's so funny, rather but like what else can you do from there? So didn't really fit with my format. Alright, we're gonna go bing, bing, bing. Bing. We're out of missiles, sadly. Oh jeez, that means I have to hit all 3 lasers just to get... Yeah, I need to go to the store ASAP. I'm going to the store after this. Forget what I said. Plus I got 208. I need to spend it on something. Alright, take out those shields. That's my only hope in life. Let's keep hammering that till... Alright, you fix this. Once he runs out of missiles, I'll be alright. I can afford to lose a little bit of health. Oh, good. Okay, wait, where are the sensors at? Alright, I'll let him finish repairing that, but he's gonna have to get on those shields immediately. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I doubt I'm gonna break that down. I think they have a repair drone. Alright, I'm outie. We're on fire and full of holes. Sounds like a classic Friday night for Sam. Ooh, flak gun. A halberd beam. I'm gonna get a halberd beam. Sounds like a good choice. And my oxygen room is on fire! Haha, cool. Alright, you fuckers heal. No, you stay there, you heal. You go here. I better get that fire out soon. Alright, we're good. Next question. That's funny. Ben Sapers goes, 2 atoms are walking along, and one says, hey, I dropped an electron. The other says, are you sure? And the first one says, yeah. Nice. Alright, time to fix some of these disgusting holes in my hull. Oh, daddy. My ship's been penetrated. Alright, these kiddos are suffocating right quick. Let me get them healed. Anus Bunghole with the little face says, what do you think is the single 20th century event that most defined the rest of human history? Probably the nuking of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, because if that hadn't happened, that kind of set a precedent for like the whole Cold War and like nuclear anxiety as we know it. And so I feel like that the whole latter half of the 20th century was kind of defined after that moment. Drake the Baked Cake, what's your degree? 98.6 Fahrenheit. Almighty Pug Lord, I will not answer that, you scamp. Alright, it's 2:04 a.m. I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. Our viewership has remained steady, which is thoroughly surprising to me, actually. Thank you guys for sticking around. I think I'm gonna go to bed, rest my weary head. So, let me check Super Chat's good. Yeah, that's all for tonight, kiddos. I'm thinking about turning this into a weekly thing, depending on whether or not my weekends get filled up. But, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna keep it spontaneous. I'm gonna keep it like a half hour's warning on Twitter. Don't want too many people showing up, that would ruin it. So, good night all.